Matt Forte gets the first handle. He was contained last week by the Packers, just 55 yards on 25 carries. Give him 2 on that carry. The other big off-season acquisition, Pace at left tackle. On the right side, second-year man out of Vanderbilt, Chris Williams, their #1 a year ago. Speaking of Vanderbilt, you got Earl Bennett, who lapped over 1 year as a freshman with Cutler, and there was good chemistry between those two last week in the game against Green Bay. 5 Vanderbilt Commodores in all on this Bears roster. A 2nd and 8 from the 31, and they get it into the hands of Hester. Little spin move to try to elude Harrison, and he's taking it to the right side. William Gaylor has the angle and forces him out after a gain of 2. This Pittsburgh defense last year, #1 in the league, fewest points allowed. #1 in the league, fewest yards allowed. And again, it's Smith, Hampton, and Kiesel up front. And the linebacking core that is so active with Woodley, Ferrier, Timmons, and the defender of the year in 2008, James Harrison. Taylor, Clark, and of course the big news, Polamalu out for about a month with a knee sprain. Carter replaces him today. And you saw Polamalu, who will work with Tyrone Carter throughout this game, be a second set of eyes today, Carter told us last night. Cutler swings it over, and Forte, with his first catch, did not have one last week, immediately hammered by Harrison for no gain. So 3 and out for the Bears. And let's look at that Pittsburgh offensive line. Will they create some openings today for that running game, which was stagnant in the game against the Titans? Starks on the left side, Cologne on the right. Of course, the 2 receivers, both Super Bowl MVPs. And Willie Parker last week, only 13 carries, 19 yards. Average yards per rush against Tennessee last week for Pittsburgh was their worst game in 432 games. You have to go all the way back to a game in 1982 since they fared so poorly on the ground. They begin at the 8. It's Parker plowing ahead, and that's a good piece of running for Parker. A Chicago defense that, well, since Lovie Smith came on the scene in '04, has been #1 in the league in takeaways. Though they did not have one last week, Agunlier had a pair of sacks. The news on this side, of course, Urlacher out for the season. Hillenmeyer takes his position. 4 new starters this week in all for the Bears from week 1. And there is Urlacher, dislocated wrist and out for the year, injured reserve. 3 receiver formation for Pittsburgh with Mike Wallace. Quick pass to Hines Ward, who falls for the first.
Good way to always you play a defense that's aggressive. That's what the Chicago Bears are. So you do these quick passes outside. They're safe for Ben Roethlisberger. It's good against the blitz, and also takes pressure off of his offensive lineman.
2 tight ends, Heath Miller, who had 8 catches a week ago, and Matt Spaeth. A first down for the Steelers at the 19. Pump fake, deep ball, looking for Holmes, and it's over his head, and Tillman was right there with him.
This is what the Green Bay Packers did last week. Watch Hines Ward inside. You make the decision. Is he open down the field? Ben Roethlisberger chooses to throw it up the field to Santonio Holmes. This is the Green Bay Packers did this against the Chicago Bears. Nice pump fake, gets it high and long. But pretty good coverage by the corner that time against Antonio Holmes.
2nd and 10. And the toss, Parker. And the Bears running right down the line with him. Nick Roach, the first to get to him. And on 3rd down, Roethlisberger finally unloads it, and he's got Holmes. Ward throws a block, And he's down at the 42-yard line and a first, a gain of 24.
Well, you cannot complain about the offensive line in the opening Thursday night game or this play. Look at the protection. How many times did he fake pump the football that time? About 3. But the defense, just like last week, the longer he holds it, the more it breaks down and the more wide open the receivers are.
Looked like it was going to Heath Miller.
It was.
Holmes cut right in front of him, makes the grab.
Antonio said, I'm faster. He got to it first.
From the 41. Good protection for Ben. He's got Miller, and he's into Chicago territory before a couple of Bears bring him down. Picks up 15 to the tight end.
Well, this bunch route, you see 3 receivers right together. It's a staple of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Every year they put more pass plays in from that type of formation. Very, very hard for the defense to cover.
Remember, they were in a jam after the penalty on the punt, beginning this drive inside their own 10. Moving it now. Here it is over to Holmes. He's got more open space, and he dives to the 25. Got a nice block again from Hines Ward. Goes for 19.
You know what you like, and it's we talked to Ben Roethlisberger last night, and as you watch the offense, it's just more and more as time goes on, they're building it around him. And everybody keeps talking about, yes, I know the culture and the history of the Steelers is about running the football, but this quarterback, listen, he's special. So they do more things for him, and he rewards them too, because he's productive, comes through in the clutch, throws it well too.
On first down, it's Parker. Good 101 tackle that time by the rookie out of Oregon State, Ofalava. Here we go with the Steelers finding Ward inside the 10, down to the 9. Now the Bears usually come out resilient. They've only given up 1 opening drive touchdown in their last 28 games, but the Steelers threatening to go over 90 yards. This is Pittsburgh's first series. Jim Nance, Phil Simms. It started back at their own 9-yard line. First and goal from the Chicago 9. The Bears, by the way, first possession 3 and out. That's Willie Parker for 2.
Keep pounding it. Keep pounding it.
Second and goal. 11th play of this drive coming up for the Steelers. They fake it to Parker, give it instead on the little pass to Miller, and a great tackle for the second time on this series by Ofalava.
Really good job by the defense. Nice formation, fake pitch to one side, screen it back to the right, but the defense doesn't go for it. They stay in position. And Ofalava, that is an excellent tackle. When they're bigger than you, just get down lower than they are.
Look at this 6th rounder out of Oregon State making the play, starting at strong safety. All right, 12th play of the drive, 3rd and goal.
Always be alert for the quarterback draw in 5 wide receiver sets.
Yeah, he likes it too. He's going to throw it instead right at the goal line, and they push him back. That's Mewelde Moore with the catch. He is not in. Inside the 1, 4th down coming.
Good quick throw by Ben Roethlisberger. And Heath Miller really goes in to block for him to create space so when they catch it, they can get inside and score. But good reaction by the Bear defense.
Well, they got a short yardage situation. They have been woeful in 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Well, not only last week, but all of last year. They were 31st in the league last year. Next to worst on 3rd and 1s or 4th and 1s. They're going to go for it. Inside the 1, 4th and goal. They're going to try to roll out Roethlisberger. Throws back to the end zone. He has his man Spaeth for the touchdown. There's a pass, Cutler connecting with Greg Olsen, his tight end. Picks up 6, and this Bears offense needs to do something and keep that defense That just got ramrodded.
Well, a couple of things. You know, we come into the game, we talk to players and coaches. We could feel how edgy the Chicago Bears were, the players, the coaches. And then you talk to the Steelers, relaxed, confident, very sure of who they are and what they could do in this game today.
Trying to keep that defense off the field for a while. Forte, nothing there, maybe a yard. Is Ke'Aaron Fox, who had a team-high 9 tackles last week, combined with Casey Hampton, setting up 3rd down. On 3rd and 3, Cutler gets the first down. Oh, ball is out, incomplete. It's ruled. Olsen did not hold on. Lawrence Timmons knocked it out, stripped it away. Just a little hint of autumn, but it is getting a little chilly, and rain may be on the way before this game is out. Here's Parker, hit behind the line of scrimmage, hit by Lance Briggs, and a loss of a yard.
Well, Lance Briggs loves his defense, and I say, what do you like about it? Well, I like the fact that every play I'm up there and I can either fake blitzing, I'm going to blitz, or I do blitz. It's very aggressive. Of course, any defensive player likes that style of defense, Jim.
Lance Briggs telling us on Friday we need to be desperate. Every week, people talking about, you know, you come home, your home opener, you're already 0-1, and, you know, it's just in a 16-game schedule, you can't build too big of a barrier too early. So we've got to be desperate every time we play, and that's Parker's longest run of the first 2 games, running behind Trey Essex, and it's good for a dozen.
Yeah, nice change up. 2nd and long, you expect pass. So they run a little inside track. Trey Essex came on to excellent blocks. And Willie Parker back to 100%. Little problem with his hamstring last week. Running backs got to know, play the situations, try to run tough, get that extra yard or 2.
Spade, the touchdown maker, in motion to a slot as Roethlisberger eludes the sack, finds Miller, and Briggs closes in on him, but not until Miller runs out to the 30-yard line, a run of 9.
Bill Cowher said it earlier today. He's just so big, he can just shed tacklers. Wally Ogunleye said it. He played him a couple years ago. He hit him one time. He goes, wow, that was different hitting him, because you can just tell. You know, I don't know. I'd say he's at least 250 pounds, right, Jim?
He's a big man.
Plays heavy on his feet, really relaxed. That makes his weight settle down even more. That's why it's hard to bring him down with an arm tackle.
Sets up 2nd and 1. Parker easily with the first, and another nice run he rips off for the 2nd straight carry. Another 11 yards for Parker.
You always hear that word patience with running backs, and it is true. It's supposed to go left. The running play is designed to go left. There's something there. Oh, look at this. The defense over pursuing. And when they over pursue, good runners see it, they read it, and they make you pay.
Ball kind of juggled at the end, but Parker held on to it. He's up to 30 yards on 7 carries. Final half-minute of the first quarter. One dominated by Pittsburgh. Parker going to lose some yardage this time off that total. Alex Brown read it out. A 5-yard setback. 2nd down, 15. As we begin the 2nd quarter. Working middle with Noeldi Moore. He's now completed 27 of his last 30 passes since halftime last week. Here he is. 3rd down. He's got another hookup. It's Hines Ward. Inside the 40 and down at the 37. 10 straight completions for Roethlisberger. This one for 21.
It was a blitz by the Chicago Bears. And the Bears play it this way. They're going to send all those people, and then they're going to play a zone behind it, and look at the space. There is nobody around Hines Ward. They just say, we're going to get to the quarterback before a receiver can get to that open spot. And that was one of the plays, one of the blitzes the Steelers were expecting, and they expected to get some good yards against it.
The Steelers offense is already converted on a 3rd and 12 and a 3rd and 11. Roethlisberger hit when he threw it. Look out, he's picked. It's Tillman with the theft. There is a flag now a second one. These are two separate fouls. Some 25 yards apart are the flags. Alex Brown hit Roethlisberger on the throw. Tillman picked it off. But we have two flags.
There are two fouls on the play. Holding, 68 offense. That's decline. Illegal block in the back. Number 35. That penalty will be enforced. First down, Chicago.
Offenses, usually they tend to get impatient. You know, it's hard to win. It's hard to sustain drives when you're getting it in 5-10 yard chunks. And so then they take a shot downfield. Peanut's in great shape, makes the play. That was obviously huge for us.
My guy, I thought, was jumping me. I made a move inside, and I was able to get pressure. I don't know if it caused it. I think Peanut made a heck of a play, but getting pressure on a quarterback makes him do things they don't necessarily want to do. So it was a great play.
Cutler with the completion to Kellen Davis. And the Bears have their first down. Here, it's a 2nd and 10 for the Bears. After a drop ball, and now back they go to Earl Bennett. Second-year man out of Vanderbilt who had 7 grabs a week ago against Green Bay. Over there, 3rd and 3, and what a grab it is. That's Johnny Knox, the rookie out of Abilene Christian, taking up the first down near the 40. James Ferrier had pressure on Cutler. He had to unload it in a hurry. This was some snag. 13.
It's the cross blitz by 2 linebackers inside. Tremendous throw by Jay Cutler, just getting it off. And hey, last week he stopped on a route at the end of the game that maybe cost the Chicago Bears a victory. Not this time. Keeps moving. Jumps up, what a catch.
We put 13 in there, and he's been turning up great. You know, in the right spots, making some adjustments on the move. I hit him over the middle. He was kind of spinning out. You know, not something we call. Just him out there using his ability. And I told him, you know, congratulations. You know, you're no longer a rookie. You're out there playing with us, and you're doing some good things for us.
On a 1st and 20, straight drop back Cutler. Underneath, Forte. And just gets 5 of it back. Steelers are going to let it go. Cutler. Good catch this time. Boy, Davis dropped the simple one, but makes the tough one this time. Goes for 6. It'll still be 3rd and about 9.
I'll tell you, Jay Cutler threw under a lot of pressure last week, moved around. How about this? 5 guys coming after him, falling backwards on his back foot, and throwing it. And that's, you know, heard a lot of criticism. Threw across the field last week. He threw off his back foot. He makes a lot of plays trying those types of throws. And most of the time, he wins those battles.
Trying to keep the drive going. Trying to get the midfield. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. Cutler rifles it too high for Knox, who had separation from William Gay. He knows he had a man open.
He did. He also knew he had pressure coming from his right side. The Steelers blitz. They came free. He rushed the throw just a little bit, and by rushing it, makes him throw a little high, and he knows it. When you get at opportunities against the Steelers defense, you can't miss many of them.
Well, they pick up a pair of first downs, their first 2 of the game. Well, they still haven't crossed midfield. Maynard, 3rd punt of this one. And that's a 44-yard punt to Logan, who's tackled at the 24. Best starting position of the 3 drives for the Steelers from the 22. And a sliding grab by Mike Wallace, the rookie out of Ole Miss. Picks up 3.
Hey, I want you to play fast today. I ain't worried about mistakes. Play fast. No. Long way,
Second down and 7. Going right side, over to Ward. Manning and Tillman. Nope, shove him out of bounds. 3rd and short coming up for Pittsburgh. While they took that timeout, the skies have opened up. It's 3rd and 3, and it's raining. Roethlisberger makes the throw to Santonio Holmes for the first out at the 40. Gain of 10.
Yeah, good job just hanging in there. Noelty Moore, good block in the backfield. Another blitz by the Bears. And when you blitz them, let's just say this. When I talk to the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, Bruce Arians, they go, well, if they play zone defense, we'll pick them apart. And I go, what about if they go man-to-man? Then we're going to make big plays. So very confident in their passing game coming in here against this Bears defense.
First down, Roethlisberger, right through the fingertips of Holmes. On 2nd and 10, that is Mendenhall for a loss of a yard. Aguilera trying to pad that sack total. He had 2 last week. Now they back off. Roethlisberger protected. Pass too high. Kevin Payne had a play on it after it sailed over Santonio Holmes.
Yeah, it just came out of the Roethlisberger, his hand a little funny. And the worst time for quarterbacks when it starts to rain is right now, because the footballs, once they get saturated and really get wet, they're much easier to handle than they are.
Adrian Peterson is in the backfield, fake to him, now throw it to him and right off his hands. There is a flag. Cutler was hit late, I believe.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 92, defense.
That's James
15-yard
Harrison,
penalty, first
the
down.
defender of the year last year.
Jay Cutler throws it in the flat. Oh, yes, and it's
low.
It's low and late. You see what's going to happen to James Harrison today. Tight end blocks him, running back hits him. Drop passes. 3 by Chicago, a couple by Pittsburgh.
Oh, an open hole. Adrian Peterson powering ahead for 15 yards. Frank Omiel, the left guard, with a good hole opening block.
Yeah, it is to the right side. You see the guard pulling around, seals it. McKee gets a good kick out block, and the Bears know, no matter what, they've got to keep this defense honest. You worry about pass protection, you got to show them you're willing to run the football, even if you don't have success.
Biggest play by the Bears so far, and on first down, Cutler steps up, flings it open, knocks into Pittsburgh territory, and out of bounds at the 45. That's good for 22.
Jay Cutler in the pocket. Watch this throw. Moving to his left, throws it back to the right. No, he's not supposed to do it. But Johnny Knox sees that he's covered immediately. Initially breaks back out. And as Johnny Knox, I'm sorry. And as Mike Tomlin said last night to us, this guy is really fast. And you can see it when you're here. We saw it. We watched him getting ready for the game, and we noticed it in practice too.
Good-looking rookie, isn't he? He's got some kind of speed to burn too. They say he might even be faster than Hester. From the 45 and on the Pittsburgh side for the first time. He's open. Olsen. Did he hold on long enough? No, that is the hit by Tyrone Carter. And Olsen is dizzy, and Carter is too. Carter sits out at least this play. Second down and 10. Set up screen. Forte backpedals to about the 38. He's got Knox for a first down, and he is tackled at the 17-yard line.
Boy, just a good mixture of plays by the Chicago Bears offense. Running the football a little bit, some quick screens. Now he drops back, and they get caught up. 2 receivers kind of cross, and Gay is not able to get to Knox fast enough.
I think for the guys who's been around, even from training camp, even from the mini camp, I think you've seen, some of his potential. And again, from each game seemed like he's taken another step. great speed. He's catching the ball better and better every time out.
They go gun on first down, and Cutler has Peterson at the 11. That's William Gay coming up for the stick. Gain of 6. 3rd and 3 from the Pittsburgh 11. Cutler looks left, goes left. Peterson stays up long enough to pick up the first, right on the mark. That was Ike Taylor who came up to hit him low and try to stop him short of the first. Peterson having a good series here for the Bears.
Yeah, he is, and that's knowing the situation. Of course, being tough, and the Pittsburgh corners, they're very good tacklers. Ike Taylor hit him square below the waist, but as you said, Adrian Peterson able to pick up a big first down.
So Peterson stays out there, not Forte. 1st and goal to go. Peterson squeezes out a yard. A Pittsburgh defense that was best in the league last year in keeping you off the board. Fewest points allowed. They were almost #1 in every category.
Jim, they have everything you need on defense to win all those categories like they did. They're fast, they're strong, they can rush the passer out just 4 people. They give you unique blitzes. And of course, Troy Polamalu, when he's in there, he covers up a lot of mistakes too.
They're also #1 in the league in red zone defense. Forte comes out to the right side. 2nd and goal. Cutler. Knocked back for a yard loss, and that's Tyrone Carter, who just came back and makes the play. 3rd and goal.
There it was.
Cutler throws, and it's caught for a touchdown. Kellen Davis.
What a good job by Jay Cutler. He looked at Greg Olsen first. He was covered, and then he comes back. And the fact that he came back to the other tight end second, that allowed him to get open because the defenders were watching Jay Cutler look left.
You know, it's week 1 to week 2. You know, it's kind of when you make the biggest jump, and the guys were in sync. We started off pretty basic. We wanted to kind of see what they were doing, and then as the game went on, we started making more and more plays. So guys fought hard today.
Kellen Davis, we needed him to step up for Dez Clark, and he did. So just a good job of the offense there of answering the call and driving down and making a play.
Pittsburgh commences from the 21. And they call on Willie Parker. Hunter Hillenmeyer makes the stick.
Well, he's done very well, Jim, and I'll explain it try to explain it to everybody. The Bears are such an aggressive defense. They blitz a lot. It's not like in years past where the middle linebacker was such a vital part of zone coverage in the pass game and making the tackles in the run game.
2nd and 8. Roethlisberger, and no. Trying to sweep it off the ground was Hines Ward. They have not had a first down since the 12-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. He's looking long. Now all kinds of time. Hits Mwelde Moore, and that's going to depend on the spot here. I believe he has it. Moore does indeed. This game featuring the top 2 all-time rushers in Tulane University history. Moore #1, Forte #2. By about 100 yards.
Really good job. Waited as long as he could to go down the field, and then finds that outlet receiver. And look down the field, nobody's open. Linebackers are back. But just like he did last week. The longer he waits, the more the defense drops back. So when he drops it off short, they're able to pick up those first downs.
And that's to Spaeth. He had the touchdown catch. Well, I've been watching Polamalu. The intensity, even out of uniform, it's apparent. The same thing for Urlacher.
Yeah, I like what they're doing.
Well, he's kind of laughing it up this time, but I saw him chewing on his nails and a moment earlier.
Well, we saw him during one timeout. He was more than chewing on. He was chewing on some players. You remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you guys doing? It was. So I do like that. Support your teammates, and they're such good players and smart. They can give information to their teammates that can help them out there on the field.
3rd and 2. They seal the pocket for a while, and then they take him down. Roethlisberger decked. Alex Brown and Anthony Adams forced the punt, sacking Roethlisberger for the first time today.
Well, it finally collapsed, but this is not an offensive line sack. This is strictly on the quarterback.
I went up the field. I didn't want to get too far. So coach always teaches don't run around the quarterback to come back, and I was able to come back. And when I hit him, I actually didn't think he had the ball to actually turn over, and I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, he has it.
Sepulveda showing a big leg so far. This one travels 48 yards, and Hester just a yard return. Butler flinging it, and having a productive day so far is Kellen Davis. Second down run, very well sealed as Forte, again unable to wiggle free. Another short pass to Bennett. Walker's out in front. He's got the first down. Orlando Pace helping create the avenue for Earl Bennett.
It's a blitz look by the Steelers. So many teams are doing this now. So when you try to play a soft zone behind the blitz, they're throwing these quick screens, and look what happens. All the linemen are able to get out, and who is going to get in the way of 3 big offensive linemen? Look at that. Olin Kreutz, Omiel, you said it, Orlando Pace. Excellent play call.
Second catch for Bennett, picks up 15 on a 3rd and 13. Butler now plants the feet, fires it. Knox makes the catch, then dropped it when he hit the ground. That's going to be incomplete. So they're wanting a challenge, but the Bears know better. And that is Forte falling at the 40 for a gain of 5. In the slot now, he's moved on that left side. The pass was going to him, but it was deflected by William Gay. Or was it Lawrence Timmons? Both of them influencing the play.
That's where you got to call a timeout or change the play.
Steelers involved in yet another slugfest like they were 10 days ago. And on first down, Roethlisberger goes underneath and falling back as Mendenhall getting back up. And he's got some room on the right side. Flag is thrown. Never would have imagined he could have made something out of that. Roethlisberger threw a block.
That could be the penalty.
He's hitting Hillenmeyer. Roethlisberger was.
There's no foul for a low block. It was beyond 5 yards.
So the 13-yard run or after catch holds up.
Well, again, just how long, what an outlet throw. And have the presence of mind to reverse field. But watch the block by Ben Roethlisberger. Since it was at least 5 yards down the field, that's why it was not a penalty. Steelers are 1 first down away from trying to field goal.
Mendenhall strides free inside the 30. Taken off past Payne. Payne got him down inside the 5. Rashard Mendenhall in only his 6th career game in the league after his shortened rookie season goes for 39 yards.
Oh, what a good job. Willie Colon on the right side just pushes everything down, and it allows Rashard Mendenhall to come right up in there. Oh, and Kamo Atu once again, that's a couple big-time blocks by him.
I'm not overly concerned about what's Richter said about our running game. We're trying to play and play to win. We don't blink. We got a commitment to doing what it is that we do and doing it how we do it.
On a little bootleg, Roethlisberger dives in for the touchdown. Big Ben from 2 yards away. Back at the 13, down 7. Cutler. That's Forte's fourth catch. Goes for 9. Tyrone Carter gets him by the ankles.
I was going to say, though, Jim, you go, but by the time you go Johnny Knox, Devin Hester, you got Greg Olsen at tight end, you got Matt Forte, Earl Bennett, a wide receiver. Don't think the Chicago Bears need more receivers or anything like that. They have the speed and the talent to get this done with the group they have here now.
Yeah, Lovie Smith was kind of defending that thought this week, telling people, hey, we do have weapons, but it will come together. Here is Forte picking up the first.
Made a great point. How many weapons do you need? You've got an elite running back, an elite tight end, elite quarterback, and Devin Hester just a playmaker, which they've learned to get the football to in a lot of different situations. Just going to get, the more you get in there sometimes, you just make people unhappy.
You got some return threats, obviously, with Hester now on punt returns. Manning was tops last year, kickoff returns in the NFC. Here's Hester wide to the left. It's been a rather quiet day for him to this point. First down, though, from the 25. Cutler. Oh, you could feel the presence of James Harrison.
That's what it was. James Harrison just, he created it all. That's what a outstanding pass rusher does for his teammates. He gives them lanes and opportunities to make plays. Orlando Pace just cannot stay with him, and when Cutler steps up, look at all the defenders waiting on him.
Look at Harrison never giving up on this play.
Well, there you go, never giving up, right?
Never give up. That's the title of a new book. And that's coming out here in a few weeks by James Harrison about his life story. He did tell us one thing people learn from it. A lot of people think I'm mean. They're going to find out I do have a soft side. Hester. Waited patiently and only picked up a yard. So 3rd and long coming up. They go draw. And Forte hurdles out of bounds. And they're unhappy here, the patrons in Chicago, after a 5-yard gain, and the punting unit comes back out. Here's the running play with Billy Parker, and they're starting now to shred that Chicago defense. That's 13 yards for Parker.
Yeah, the right side again. They found where they want to run the football. Trey Essex, nice block down again. Man, excellent job pulling through by Heath Miller. Came out to one more time. So the Steelers, not a lot of teams do that anymore. They move their linemen, they trap and they pull. A lot of teams in the NFL, everybody just stays together and they run this zone blocking. Not the Steelers. Been doing this for about 30 years.
They've run for 63 yards in this quarter. It has a minute and 20 to go, and the rain is intense. From midfield with a slippage, and as Parker with Briggs holding down the position, holding him to a yard. Third and 9. Roethlisberger, there's his man. That's Holmes climbing up for it, and he's down at the 26. Holmes, who last week had 9 catches for 131 yards and a touchdown, numbers that were identical to his numbers in the Super Bowl when he was the MVP.
Top of your screen just squares it in. The linebackers, Hunter Hillenmeyer, not able to get over there quick enough. He's deep enough, but the soft spot is to the right side and deep. And Ben Roethlisberger once again looks right, and that opened up the hole over the middle for Santonio Holmes.
Shaking off the first hit and taking it 6 yards. Got away from Agunlier.
Well, they have found what they want to do, Jim. If you notice, all these good runs, they're coming to the right side. And they're just blocking them down, and they're pulling guys around. It's about the 4th time they've run the same play. And if you want to be a good running football team, your wide receivers better do it inside, coming down and getting those blocks, and going down the field and blocking for the running backs too.
There's Hines Ward, considered by many to be the best blocking wide receiver in the game. He's on a wing to the right, 2nd down and 4. They go left slant. It's Holmes. Takes it to the 11, 1st down.
You know, it's just so well done by Ben Roethlisberger. The blitz came up right by the center. He waited to make sure the offensive line knew, okay, there they are. And it was a running play, could have been to the right, not sure. Yeah, it could have been a running play to the right. And they have these little backside throws. If you want to throw that quick route to the left, you can do that instead of handing it off.
They didn't give him the crawl, the extra 2 yards, so it's back at the 13 with a new set of downs, 3 tight ends. And they're going to throw. It's Parker with Briggs wrapping them up at the 10, gain of 3. Second down and 7. Dragged down by Alex Brown. Willie Parker set back 3, and he gives it the Gator clap again, the former Florida player. Roethlisberger. That's going down as a sack. He was waiting for the whistle. Standing upright at the 20. And Alex Brown in on that play as well.
It looks like they're going to have it picked up. And they do. But he's trying to throw the football quick. There's nothing there.
The second one, it was a blitz. I came around. I just wanted to hold on. The guy's big as I am, so I just wanted to hold on. And then Tommy came, and we got him down. But it was a big play. We needed it. Yeah, I think it forced them to.
High toss over to Knox. Trying to get him a running start and let out that speed. Goes for 7. Hampton comes over to makes the hit. Here it's 3rd and 3 from the gun. Cutler gets it to Hester. 2 athletic plays, one by Cutler, the other by Hester to close in on that. Pick up 12 and a first.
Yeah, really tremendous job by Jay Cutler. And the blitzer comes free. It's James Ferrier. And Jay Cutler, excellent thrower on the run, always keeps his eyes down the field.
First down play action.
Like this.
Down the field to Olsen, and there's that collision again with Carter. But it goes for a big gain of 29 yards, and they're set up at the Pittsburgh 23.
It's the Denver play. They used to do it a lot. The quarterback goes to his right, and usually you expect the tight end to go across the field, but look, he changes and goes up the middle. The defenders do not go with him. Oh, what a job by Greg Olsen.
Guys on the outside have to win the one-on-one battles, and we won it constantly, throughout the day. Greg Olsen also, of course, took a big shot there, got back up, just played hard throughout. Our tight ends really played well today.
Forte split out wide to the right. First down, Chicago. Cutler zings it down to the 15. And that's Kellen Davis with another grab, a gain of 8. Cutler over 200 yards and a touchdown, no picks. After 4 a week ago, he said he'd never thrown forward any level.
Well, and then I asked him, did you ever hesitate making a decision and throwing the football after you started throwing those interceptions? And he looked at us and smirked and goes, no. And I could tell, I know it. I saw him and I watched the game very closely. He just kept letting it fly.
2nd and 2. And another completion to Olsen. Cutler's 5 for 5 on this drive.
He's really tough to sack when you blitz him and he's in the shotgun, because I love this about the quarterbacks. They backpedal when they see pressure coming. They don't stand in it, just drift backwards, throws off balance. So if he is hit, he can absorb it. It doesn't hurt. And the receivers know. They look quick. They know the blitz is coming. Good job of protecting the football again by Olsen.
1st and goal to go. Just when it looked like the Steelers had a chance to go up 14 or even 10 once they were stopped on that drive. Failed to convert. Bears looking to time it. Cutler throws it away. Over the head of Hester, who was well guarded there by Ike Taylor.
Look top of your screen. You're the quarterback. Anybody open? Tight end. Oh, in the flat quick. He was looking in the end zone for Devin Hester, and he does not see the receiver in the right flat. That was Earl Bennett uncovered.
Second and goal from the 8. They go run. Forte twisting for only a yard. Now what do you do? 3rd and goal from the 7.
Well, I know this. I'm going to throw it. Again, Jim, I go back to where you are in the field. I like vertical passes. In other words, going towards the back of the end zone, or can you get a receiver to the back of the end zone and run across? Because defenders know there's an inline behind them, so they look forward and they lose their sense of that area 4 or 5 yards to the back of the end zone.
So empty it out. Here comes the blitz, the pass. Knox has the grab. Touchdown, Chicago.
Wow.
Tyrone Carter on the coverage. They were coming after Cutler. He unleashed it in a hurry, and he hits the rookie for the touchdown.
Well, the Steelers got to be frustrated. Look at the guys coming free.
You just never know how guys are going to react out there. Once the lights turn on, you don't know if guys are still going to be able to play as fast as they are. And he's one of those guys, if not faster. He's out there buzzing around, making some big catches with people on him. You know, he's not just making the standard catches. He caught that snag in there with the guy draped on him and turned it up. So he's you know, he's going to be one of the guys that we're going to look to in the future.
Now let's see what Big Ben does. He relishes this situation. Game tighter, a little behind in the 4th quarter. He throws it to Ward for a short gain of 4. Lance Briggs quickly in on the play.
You have to be afraid of his ability just to make throws against your defense.
He can unload it so fast, and again unload it too, falling back. Here's Roethlisberger's pass for a 1st down. And it's Ward again, this time for 10. 1st and 10. Trying to stack the line, and getting past it's Milweldy Moore. Takes it all the way down to the Chicago 43.
That was just I don't know if Ben Roethlisberger audible to this, but
that went for 15.
But they see 2 blitzers inside, and they had so much trouble with that kind of blitz last year against the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants. They've been waiting on it for today against the Bears team. And when that safety was back in the middle, Roethlisberger knew that time they were probably going to blitz. That run play was perfect for that defense.
With just 4.5 to play. Roethlisberger to Holmes. And this field, again, it's an issue here. Both the defender and the receiver slipped on that one. Roethlisberger's pass, and he was under pressure by Lance Briggs. Alex Brown helped to the bench, hobbling off the field, and a huge 3rd down play coming up. Pittsburgh at the 38 of Chicago, 3rd and 5. Mark Anderson takes the place of Alex Brown on that defensive front. Roethlisberger can try to run for it. He stretches it out. Believe he's got it. From the 33. Moore is the tailback. Moore gets the handle. And a good play by Tommy Harris backs him up too. 2nd and 12 from the Chicago 35. Wide open. The defender slipped. Tillman was down on the ground. And Wallace makes the grab, takes it to the 25. He's 2 yards short of the first.
Well, you're making a good point. Tillman does slip. Let's watch him as he tries to come back. Yeah, his cleats, what it looks like the cleats don't even go into the ground. That's why they're slipping. Because if you look at it, they're not tearing up turf. You don't see any big divots on it. And Tim, it's sprinkled. This shouldn't make the field this way. Well, let's know this. Coming into the game, some of the Bear players have complained about the footing and the grass field here in Chicago.
Big 3rd and 2 for Pittsburgh. Clock running, 3:29 to go. Roethlisberger goes down the field. He's open. And Tillman got a hand on it to knock it away. Was looking for Holmes. Going to bring out Reed from about 43, but more importantly, there's still 3:23 to go. This looked for a moment wide open, didn't it, Phil?
Yeah, it did. And I tell you, he makes the throw, and Tillman does a good job. He times it. When Santonio Holmes puts his hands out, that's when he raised his, and he could have blocked the view of Santonio Holmes.
Now remember, Reed's already missed one in this direction in this quarter from 38. This one's 5 yards longer. He made 19 of his last 21 in the 4th quarter, even with that miss. From 43, Reed, no again! Wide left for the 2nd straight time. So with 3:18, Chicago takes over, game tied. They go screen. Forte digs it out. He's taken off and he fumbles the football. Fallen on by Olsen. Stripped by Harrison. Boy, James Harrison led the league in forced fumbles last year. Had one last week. Forced a fumble here, but it's recovered by the Bears.
I would have, no surprise. It's a screenplay. Take advantage of an aggressive defense. But you say that about James Harrison because he has the speed and the power to chase you from behind and make plays.
Now look where Chicago resides now, at the Pittsburgh 45 with 2:35 to go. Quick toss over to Knox. Bobby Gold now. This could come down to his leg.
Well, I'll tell you, too, this game today, Jay Cutler, to this point, has been almost perfect. And the quick passing game that the Bears had ready for the Steelers defense, it's kind of been the difference.
It might have been better served if Knox would have stayed in bounds. 2:27 to go, 2nd and 5. Forte just to the 39. Now the Steelers have 2 timeouts. 3rd and 4 on the way. And it looks like Pittsburgh's going to go ahead and let this run down to the 2-minute warning. Put Olsen in the backfield. Butler flings it. Ball is caught for the first down. That's Devin Hester, who's made 2 nice grabs in this quarter. So now Chicago can dictate.
Good formation. 3 receivers all come at once at the defense. They spread it, and Devin Hester sits down underneath. And a nice throw, nice safe throw by Jay Cutler.
Now we'll work the last 129 and counting to try to get Gold closer, who's never attempted, by the way, in his career, a field goal of 50 yards at Soldier Field. It would be 51, 52 from about right here. And they move closer with Forte. Just inside the 30. Second and 6. It's Forte driving behind the right tackle, Chris Williams, and another timeout quickly called by Pittsburgh, their last. It's last timeout with 1:07 to go.
And that's probably why the Bears ran the football. Make the Steelers use their last timeout. And now they have total control of the game. Get a first down and run the clock down to wherever you want it to get your field goal attempt.
Well, we talked with Levy on Friday. That fan club could expand here in just a few minutes if he, in fact, is the man who delivers the winning goods, if he gets a chance to do that. But the bad taste that Levy talked about that they had after the loss to Green Bay, and what better way to get it out than to have the Super Bowl champs here and beat them. We call it, he said, a signature victory. A 3rd and 3. And about 45-yard field goal from this distance, as Forte just manages to get back to the line. So I don't know, slippery field, 45 yards, no sure thing.
Yeah, I would say too conservative for me. Your quarterback, your formations, your screens, you're handling the blitz, everything is in your favor. To finish the statement, I would have thrown the football or put it in Jay Cutler's hands.
Well, he's going to get it down to about 21 seconds before he calls a timeout. Two guys staring at a clock. Now you turn. Oh, man, that's an illegal shot to the face. Scott Green maybe in line for a little fine this week.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Blow to the head.
Well, Robbie Gould, Phil, has made his last 13 field goals if you go back to week 11 last year in Green Bay. It's going to be 44 yards. Maynard on the hold. Patrick Manley will snap it back. Can he get the proper footing? Can he get planted to deliver the big three? Gold from 44. Pick. It's good. Maynard did a good job to get that down a little high and inside.
Yeah, but he flushed it, Jim.
He did, didn't he?
You could tell by the spin of the football. He hit it exactly where he wanted to.
You got to give all that much more credit to Robbie, because it shows how hard it is to kick there when their guys can't get his footing, and he's kicking them low and kicking them wide. And Robbie comes out there and just like he always does, right down the middle.
It means a lot to this team. We've had a lot of pressure and expectations on us since I got here, since Orlando got here, since the defense has stepped it up. So it's glad to get this one off our back and move on.
All three phases, man, stood up today. What kind of football team do we have, man? It's on us now. We got to keep this rolling. We're a good football team. That's what type we are. Seattle is up next. So tonight, celebrate, and then we're going to get ready to go next week. Olin, break us down.